You woke up this morning, reached for your phone, and felt a small jolt of stress before your feet even hit the floor. That tiny spike of dread is older than farming, older than writing, older than every city that has ever existed. Here's the strange truth. The body you're living in was built for a world that disappeared a very long time ago. Your brain is running survival software written for an open savanna, and you're using it to answer emails and scroll past strangers. For the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the ghost of that ancient world. It's hiding inside your ordinary day. And once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Scientists have a name for this. They call it evolutionary mismatch. The idea is simple. A trait that kept your ancestors alive can quietly turn against you when the world changes faster than your biology can keep up. And the world changed fast. Anatomically, modern humans have existed for about 300,000 years. Picture that as a long, dark hallway. For almost the entire length of it, we lived as hunter-gatherers, small bands, open country, constant danger. Farming only appears in the last 12,000 years. That's just a few steps from the end of the hall. And the modern world, screens, supermarkets, traffic, notifications, is the last 200 years. That's the doorway. You're standing in it right now. Your body never got the memo. Deep down, it still thinks it lives back there, in the dark part of the hallway. Let me prove it to you, one piece at a time. Start with stress. Imagine you're out on that savanna, and a shape shifts in the tall grass. You don't think. You don't analyze. In a fraction of a second, a small almond-shaped part of your brain, the amygdala, has already pulled the trigger. Your heart slams. Your breathing turns shallow and fast. Sugar floods your bloodstream. Blood rushes to your muscles. Your body has decided, without asking you, that you are about to fight for your life, or run for it. This is the fight-or-flight response. A physiologist named Walter Cannon first described it more than 100 years ago, back in 1914. And it is a masterpiece of engineering for a short, violent physical emergency. It floods you with adrenaline and cortisol, sharpens everything, and then, when the danger has passed, it switches off and lets you recover. It even makes a brutal kind of trade-off. In that emergency, your body quietly shuts down anything that doesn't help you survive the next 10 seconds. Digestion slows. Your immune system gets dialed back. Growth and repair get put on hold. Because none of that matters if you're about to be eaten. Now here's the collision with the modern world. Your alarm system cannot tell the difference between a predator and a pop-up notification, a passive-aggressive email, a looming deadline, a car that cuts you off, a number on a screen that's lower than you hoped. To your nervous system, every one of those can look like that shape in the grass. Same amygdala, same adrenaline, same cortisol, same body bracing to sprint for its life. While you sit completely still in a chair, jaw tight, going absolutely nowhere. And because modern stress almost never fully ends, that switch, the one designed to flip on, then off, can get stuck in the on position, day after day. And that is the one state the whole system was never built to survive. The same chemistry that once saved your life starts, slowly, to wear it down. But the stress response is only the alarm. There's something even deeper running you. A system that decides what you want before you've consciously decided anything at all. And it has probably been lying to you since lunch. Picture your ancestor stumbling onto a tree heavy with ripe fruit. Or, rarer and more precious, a comb of wild honey. In a world where the next meal was never guaranteed, that sweetness was a jackpot, pure, fast energy, exactly when the body needed it most. So evolution did something clever. It made sugar feel incredible. It wired sweetness directly into the brain's reward system, the same dopamine circuitry that makes anything feel worth chasing again. The humans who loved sugar sought out more of it, stored the extra as fat, and were far more likely to survive the long, lean stretches when food ran out. That craving wasn't a weakness, it was survival insurance. And the same logic made us crave fat and salt, rare, valuable things worth going out of your way for in a world of scarcity. Now look around you. The jackpot is everywhere. Entire aisles of it. Cheap, engineered, perfectly tuned to hit that ancient reward circuit, available at 2 in the morning without you taking a single step. The drive that once carried your ancestors through famine now quietly pushes you every single day toward the exact diseases that were almost unheard of in their world. So when you feel powerless in front of something sweet, understand what you actually are. You're a machine fine-tuned for starvation, standing in the middle of an endless feast. That's not a character flaw. That's a mismatch. Let's try something even more visceral. Fear. Quick test. Picture a photo of a peaceful garden. Green, sunlit, ordinary. And somewhere in it, half hidden, a snake. Your eyes will snap to that snake before you've consciously decided to look for anything at all. Researchers have shown this over and over. Adults do it. Young children do it. We detect snakes in a busy scene faster than almost anything else. Faster than flowers, faster than frogs, faster than harmless shapes. And there's a likely reason buried deep in our history. For tens of millions of years, our primate ancestors shared the world with things that could kill them in seconds. Snakes, big cats, the dark itself. The ones whose brains flinched first and asked questions later are the ones who lived long enough to become somebody's ancestor. To become us. Now, I have to be honest with you here because the science is careful about this. We know for certain that the brain prioritizes these threats, that it fast-tracks them straight to your attention. Whether the fear itself is fully hardwired from birth or partly just something we are extremely quick to learn is still genuinely debated. Some studies of infants find that babies will lock onto a snake, but won't necessarily show fear. Still, the instinct is real enough that you have felt it. The jolt walking down a dark hallway, the half-second of alarm at a coiled garden hose before your rational mind catches up and says, "Relax. It's just a hose." That isn't paranoia. That's a 300,000-year-old bodyguard, still showing up for a shift that technically ended a long, long time ago. And then there's the loneliest mismatch of them all. For almost all of human history, your entire world was a small band of people. By one popular estimate, the number of people you could ever really know and keep track of sits somewhere around 150. Now, I'll be fair, scientists argue about that exact figure, and some say you simply can't pin it to a single number at all. But the shape of the truth holds. You evolved for a village, not a planet. Your mind was also built to take losses far more seriously than wins. And it makes sense. For your ancestor, a missed opportunity, a berry bush you walked past, you could survive. But a missed threat could end everything, instantly and permanently. So the brain learned a hard rule: bad is stronger than good. And to this day, we feel losses, insults, and dangers more sharply than we feel wins of the exact same size. Now take those two ancient settings, a mind built for a village and a mind that fixates on loss, and hand it a glowing screen. Suddenly you are comparing your one ordinary life against thousands of strangers, all at once, all showing only their best. And a brain that was tuned to scan for danger zeroes in on every threat, every slight, every single person who appears to be doing better than you. It feels relentless. It feels personal. It feels like there is something wrong with you. But here is the turn. The thing almost nobody tells you. That anxiety you feel is not a malfunction. It's a smoke detector. It is doing exactly the job it evolved to do, screaming about danger, inside a building where somebody simply will not stop burning the toast. So sit with this for a second, because it changes everything. You are not broken. You are running ancient software in a world it was never written for. The stress spike isn't proof that you're failing. It's an old alarm reacting to a tiger that isn't there. The craving isn't weakness. It's survival wiring, set loose in a world of plenty. The dread you feel in a quiet moment isn't a defect in your character. It's a guard who was never told the war is over. Now, the honest footnote, because you deserve the truth and not a tidy myth. We did not actually freeze in the Stone Age. Humans have kept evolving. Some populations, for example, only gained the ability to digest milk into adulthood within the last several thousand years. So we are not frozen relics, untouched by time. But here is the thing. Biology crawls. Culture sprints. And the gap between the world that built you and the world you actually live in is the widest it has ever been in the entire history of our species. You can't delete the old code, but you can learn to see it. You can feel the alarm rise and pause and check whether the tiger is actually real. You can feed that ancient craving on purpose, deliberately instead of being ambushed by it. You can choose your own small village inside the infinite crowd. That's the quiet power hiding in all of this. You get to be one of the first humans in 300,000 years who can actually watch the program running and decide, at least sometimes, not to obey it. So tonight, when you reach for your phone and feel that little jolt before your feet even touch the floor, pause, just for half a second. Because that isn't only stress, that's 300,000 years of survival standing quietly in the dark, still trying, in the only way it knows how, to keep you alive. And if you want to know what else that ancient body is still doing without your permission, like why it fights you so hard the moment you try to fall asleep, that story is waiting for you, right here.